Elephant in the Bathtub by Lisa, grade 3. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Diane. She was walking home one day from school, but she felt very dirty and ragged. She decided she'd have to take a bath as soon as she got home. When she finally arrived home, she found nobody was there. So she waited a while and sat there for half an hour. Then she finally gave up and was ready for her bath, when suddenly she heard a tremendous roar. Or something like that. It seemed that it was coming from the bathroom. She quietly, ever so quietly, made her way to the bathroom door. She tiptoed into the room and suddenly jumped back. For there in the bathtub stood an elephant bathing himself with his terrifying trunk. Diane gasped. She wanted to call the dog catcher, but she stopped herself. A dog catcher always catches dogs. But what good is a dog catcher if he only catches dogs? Diane was confused. So am I, frankly. Suddenly, she thought of the zoo. The zoo is where the elephant belongs. So she quickly called up the zoo. But the man there said,
I'm sorry, lady, we haven't heard of any escaped elephant. Right, Charlie? Why don't you try the other zoo?
So Diane called the other zoo. Apparently there were 2 in her city. The man said,
Escaped elephant? That's old Rosie. Sure, miss, we'll take care of him right away.
When they got there and took the elephant back where he belongs, they invited Diane to have a free tour of the zoo.
The end.
Okay, I'm finding a lot of difficulty with this one. What about you?
I don't see what the problem is.
You don't?
No.
Okay, so she goes home to an empty house.
Right.
She's 8, grade 3, right?
Yeah, it happens.
She's dirty, ragged.
Well,
I'm not.
okay, go on.
So she waits in the house because nobody's there for half an hour. And then she gives up. She says, I finally gave up. She finally gave up and was ready for her bath.
Gave up on waiting?
Gave up? Yeah, but what was she waiting for? Someone to draw it for her?
Well, I mean, it's nice if somebody does that for you.
Yeah, but if it's expected, that's kind of...
You know, she was waiting there in her bathrobe and slippers and...
Where is my mother and my father?
With a cup of tea.
Why has no one drawn me my bath?
That's good. That's fine.
All right, okay.
I'd do that.
Would you?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you live with someone who normally draws you
No,
baths?
I wait for a long time and then I give up and draw my own bath. It's how it works. It's my routine.
Does that account for the smell?
Well, only when I'm dirty and ragged.
Okay, you're not feeling dirty and ragged now?
I'm feeling quite fresh and clean.
Do you really find trunks terrifying?
If I was 8 and there was one in my bathroom, yes.
Wouldn't the whole elephant be terrifying though? Why specifically the trunk?
Because the trunk would be the first thing you'd see. Like if the elephant, at least if the elephant was pointed in your direction. Okay, first of all, how big could this bathroom be?
Well,
all right.
You're getting into semantics now, right?
Well,
obviously an elephant doesn't fit into a bathtub, otherwise it's a baby elephant, and then what's so scary about it? It's kind of cute. Have you ever seen a baby elephant? Cute.
I've seen animated baby elephants, and I don't think that's a realistic portrayal of what a baby elephant looks like.
There was no portrayal of it. All she said was it had a terrifying trunk. That's the only piece of information we had.
And
which means it was a full-grown elephant.
Yes.
Which means probably it wouldn't fit into a normal bathroom. It would certainly not fit into a bathtub.
Which would make it all the more terrifying.
She wanted to call the dog catcher, but she stopped herself, and she thought,
what?
A dog catcher always catches dogs. But what good are they if they only catch dogs? I mean, that's sort of existential, right? What good are dog catchers if all they do is catch dogs when you've got an elephant problem? Maybe she didn't like dog catchers. Down on the dog catchers.
I don't know. I think the opposite. I think she's pro dog catcher because she's obviously trying to give her local dog catcher some business.
Right, but she's given up on dog catchers.
She did, but her first impulse was to call the dog catcher. So she's
but now
like,
she's disillusioned. Now she's disillusioned with
sure,
dog catchers.
I don't know what to do anymore.
Have you ever been in a city where there are 2 zoos?
No. No, but
Just saying,
I mean,
that's a bit of an imagination.
Lisa R.
She's got an imagination. She does.
Yeah, but we don't know where she's from.
Fantasyland, apparently. Fantasyland, a place where there are 2, which is, it's kind of great actually. She's 8 years old.
So you're saying the fantasy in this story is that there are 2 zoos in the city, not that there's an elephant in the bathroom. That's the fantastical element. Is
for me. That's the way I read
is that
it.
the local economy could support 2 zoos.
Maybe.
Like 2 full-size zoos with elephants, not just like a reptile zoo and like a bird sanctuary, but 2 full-on zoos.
Yeah. And yes, that a city would support, an economy would support 2 zoos is what I find terrifying about this story. Couldn't happen. Has never happened before.
I mean, well, yeah, they're great. I mean, it's you can grab, like, elephants' trunks are quite freaky.